What do you guys think? This is my bouncy ball. I do like and ab work on these. You can't see it. It's oops, it's a bouncy ball, and it's really fun to sit on. It's like those hippie hops when you're a little kid, right? Remember, I'll try not to bounce too much, but I don't know. I just thought I'd sit somewhere else. You can see my messy bookshelf in the back. Wow, let's look. I'm falling all over while I'm trying to talk to you. What do we got here? We got Shut Up, Stop Winning, and Get a Life, Larry Winget. We got Tribe, Seth Godin. We got, well, I'm not going to tell you about that one. That's secret. Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Wattles. Master Key System, Charles Hannell. There's just tons of books back there. One of these days I'll neaten it up for you properly, but okay, here's what I want to talk to you about tonight. And it's so funny. And yes, by the way, for those of you that are wondering, a lot of times I do the vlog for the next day, the night before. So it is the evening. The YouTube slap, okay? Everybody's talking about the YouTube slap. And it's funny. Oh no, they're going to shut us down. Oh no. This has been going on for an awful long time. Remember, I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're a kid, but if you're my age, you remember back when, you know, in the 70s and stuff, you didn't get a lot of telemarketing calls, and, you know, maybe some insurance agent in town decided he was going to call some people out of the phone book and try to get some more business, and then other people caught on, and then the next thing you know, it turned into an industry, and there was calls coming constantly, and they were trying to sell you everything under the sun, and then they had to make laws, the do not call list, to stop the unsolicited phone calls, and it was driving people crazy. And we get on the internet, and some people decided to build lists and stuff like that, and people, you know, the pioneers of the industry started to do all this remarkable marketing stuff. And then somebody got the bright idea to start selling all these lists to one another, and the next thing you know, there were offshore servers sending you all kinds of unsolicited email, and then you started getting some funky ones about weird, you know, intimate stuff and things to make body parts grow bigger and all kinds of stuff, and they had to make laws. And the can spam law, that's where it came from, unsolicited emails. So we had unsolicited phone calls, unsolicited emails, and this goes on. Google, everybody talked a little while ago, the Google slap is coming. There's always a Google slap. Guys, Google, who is their customer? Their customer is the searcher, the person who's putting something into google.com. And Google's job is to provide the most relevant search results, the most relevant information to their customer. So if there's a bunch of smarty pants out there that learned how to get kind of like unsolicited or sales messages up on the first page of Google, well, it's Google's responsibility to change their algorithm, to change the way they do searches, because they're not serving their customer. If they're getting a bunch of junk, they want to learn about, I don't know, somebody wants to learn about choo-choo trains, and they keep getting ads instead of real content about choo-choo trains. The Google slap, that explains it. Why did Google do it? Because they'd like to stay in business, because they have to worry about their customers, not about you, the marketer. So the YouTube slap, oh, YouTube shutting down accounts of all the marketers. Guys, if you've provided good, relevant content in your videos, if you've been putting out good stuff and you haven't just been putting out a bunch of sales junk, and especially if you've been using all these different little tricks with keywords and tags and stuff to get your content in places where it technically doesn't belong, like if you're using Oprah as your keyword to sell, you know, some big ticket business opportunity, yeah, Google's going to get mad at you. If you're talking about Britney Spears and you're selling weight loss junk and it has nothing to do with Britney Spears, yeah, YouTube's going to get annoyed with you. And there's a potential that YouTube will shut you down. And there's a potential that YouTube will change the way people get listings on YouTube. Why? Because YouTube's responsibility is to their visitor, the person who comes looking for relevant videos. Keyword here, are you getting this? Relevant. I want to get relevant email. If I subscribe to something, I'm hoping to get relevant content. If they send me a bunch of pitches and junk, I'm going to unsubscribe. I want to get relevant phone calls. If I fill out something and I ask for information about siding for my house, salesman calls, it's relevant. If I haven't requested information, I have brand new siding and I get calls from a guy selling siding, it's irrelevant and it's annoying. Are your videos relevant? If they are, and if you've been tagging them properly and conducting yourself as a business professional, no big deal. If you've been running around using all the loopholes, what do you think's going to happen? That's called black hat marketing, guys, and all the guys that do black hat know they're going to get shut down. And they don't care because they have millions of accounts going and they're outsourcing it all and it's all good and they're making money. But know the risks. And I always talk about when you're a marketer, especially in a home business, the type of arena that we're in, protecting your name and protecting your reputation is the most important thing in the world. That's why under the Diane Hochman YouTube channel that you're looking at right now, you're only going to find really good content. Do I have all kinds of other little secret things that I do and affiliate stuff I do and things I test and tricks I learn when I go to Stompernet or somewhere? Of course I do. But do I risk my name and my reputation doing that junk? No way. Last thing. A lot of people were screaming a couple weeks ago about YouTube is relegating the regular users to the back and YouTube is putting all the commercial stuff up front and it's so terrible. Gang, the purpose of any business is to turn a profit. Right? Does that make sense? Isn't that what you want to do? I'm just realizing I think the lighting's not so good sitting here on my bouncy ball, but I'm having fun, so it really doesn't matter. Businesses have to turn a profit. If YouTube isn't turning enough profit with the revenue model they had, they have to change their revenue model. Right? Yes or no? So they're changing their revenue model around and changing the way they show content and in what order they show it. And you can't blame them because if they're not alive, it doesn't really matter. If they go down the tubes, there is no YouTube. No pun intended. Every business, that's the purpose. That's the purpose of your business. If your revenue model isn't working, you have to change your revenue model. So we can all sit and stomp our feet and go, YouTube's being bad, or my upline's being bad. They're not doing this. Your upline's in business to make money, to be in their business, you know. You're in business for you to make money for you. And YouTube's in business to make money for them and their stockholders and their shareholders and so on. So is Google, so is PepsiCo, so is, Walmart, whatever. They can't sit and go, oh, well, Sally likes to do her, her home cooking videos and she's going to be upset because they might be a little bit harder to find. Can't do it. They can't go, oh, well, Johnny likes to put up all his, sales pitches on his, diet cookie deal and we might make them irrelevant. They can't do that. So look at this stuff from a real professional standpoint. You got to become a professional marketer. And if you become a professional marketer and you behave responsibly and professionally, this stuff is generally not going to be an issue for you. I'm not worried about it in the least. And if you become a professional marketer and you decide you want to dabble into some of the kind of secretive black hat stuff, that's cool. But never put your name at risk. Never put your reputation at risk. And go out and play and have fun, but do the right thing, do the smart thing. And the bottom line, as I fall off of my ball, and maybe I should do some more of these puppies here, bottom line is live by the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have done unto you. Do you want a bunch of spam sales messages showing up under your name? When you become big, if you're not already, when you become a MLM, internet, whatever, home business rock star, do you want a whole bunch of people putting crap under your name so that they can make a buck? And if not, why would you do it to someone else? And if you do that stuff and you do use YouTube irresponsibly, why shouldn't they shut you down? So, don't go running around going, oh, I have to protect myself. There's nothing to protect yourself from if you're doing the right thing. It's just like taxes, guys. Ooh, the IRS is coming, and they show you, ads about how the big bad IRS is coming. If you're doing your taxes properly and you're not screwing around, you really don't have a problem, because if they ask you for records, you have them, and that's that. It's when you're doing the wrong stuff that you got to worry about that letter from the IRS. Loopholes are loopholes. Loopholes close. All right, guys, we'll see you later. I'm going to go back and do some more of this stuff. I was trying to procrastinate by talking to you, but I suppose I have to go do what I'm supposed to do now. See you later.